since Sunday, there's been a lot of fallout in here and especially around here in the local area. And I want to just make sure that people understand this. Okay. I have nothing bad to say about anybody that lives in and around the Massachusetts area that has stood out for Karen Read, that has made a sign for Karen Read, that has done anything in any way to help spread awareness of the Free Karen Read movement and justice for John O'Keefe. Let's not forget that. That is very important, along with all of the other cases that we have picked up in this and kind of put it into this whole bubble. Okay. I have nothing bad to say about any of those people. I have been out there. I've been with you. And I know that probably some of you are watching. Okay. You can do a 99 center to my channel, get on this members only right now and hear what I have to say. So I just want to make sure that I'm addressing this and that people understand this. And then I want to show everybody a little bit of my track record in essentially with the Free Karen Read standouts, because lately I'm hearing that I don't support anybody on the ground. I'm not, essentially I'm not out there. We're selfish. And amongst all the other things. And listen, I understand there's a lot of frustration right now. There's a lot of tension right now. I'm not going to hold that against anybody. I'm really not going to hold that against everybody. I've been, and I don't want to make this about me, but I have to kind of address it in the way that it came towards me. I have been more than gracious to open up my studio and allow the local people to come in here and tell us their stories. I've offered my platform here. I've been very kind when I've hosted people in here and open up my house for them to come in and tell their stories. I've done that. I wanted to connect with the locals and bring them in here and let us tell their stories. Not going to name names. You all can go back and check out and see who I've brought in here. Okay. And I have a general interest into what they have to say and what their lives are like, where they live in and around their local area, and the struggles that they go through and the awareness that they want to bring to their communities. That's why I had them in here. I wanted to hear their stories. And that was one of the biggest things that I wanted to do here for this platform is I want to interview people and hear their stories. Beautiful example of that. The LV cops coming in on Sunday. I didn't know Brian and Gonzo before they came in. I met them at the Karen Read benefit, the family benefit. I had a privilege to attend that. It was an honor to go do that. I didn't expect that. They said, please just show up in support of Karen. And like I said, I got there and knew probably 3 to 5% of the people that were there, if that. But it was very nice to spend a little bit of time with the LV cops. We had the show that we kind of ironed out at the last minute, had them come into the studio, and they told me their story about how they were and what they did in law enforcement. And it was an awesome live to take, to do that. And those are the things that I want to do. That's why I built this. I want people to come in and sit with me and tell me their story. But I guess there's a general consensus that is going around that I don't care. I don't care about the people that stand out, that I haven't been out there. And that's not true. That is not true. I've stood out in the elements with everybody. I've celebrated those standouts that I've been able to be a part of in between my work schedule and what I do here and in my personal life. That means a lot to me. And that's why I always give a lot of respect to especially the creators that have come out of their area and they showed up in front of the courthouse, either for a hearing or for Karen Read's trial. The Glairer, Mark Betterow, Melanie Little, the DUI guy, they all came out, and that tells me that you really care. And like people like that, you're taking on a platform, you're talking about this case, but when you can get up from your platform and come down and be there in front of the courthouse, that means a lot to me. That when I look and I go, I respect that person. They came out of their element and came down here. I respect like the people that flew over from like Scotland and England. I respect the people that come to these lives every day and watch our content. I know that a lot of you can't be here in Massachusetts, but your spirit is here. You're showing support for the people that are giving the positive press to Karen. And we know this right now. Karen doesn't get positive press in the mainstream media. We are that positive press. The people that stand out and sacrifice the time to go down there is positive press for Karen. Okay. 100%. 100%. Okay. I know what it's like. That means a lot to me. When you sacrifice a couple of hours on a Sunday where you could be with your family, you could be out watching a football game, you could say, piss off, I'm going to eat pancakes with my friends. But when you go out there and you're standing out there, that's a lot. And I wish I could be out there more. But I work on Sundays. I mean, it's a proven fact. And a lot of the standouts that I have attended, I've called into work because I just want to go and be there and lock arms with everybody that's down there and feel the vibe on the ground and get to shake hands and show appreciation to everybody that's down there and say, hey, thank you for watching me, and thank you for supporting me, and thank you supporting Karen. And what you guys are all doing is fucking amazing. Because if it wasn't for that pure boots on the ground, um, boots on the ground, like I call them like the workforce, the message wouldn't be as big as it is. It would not travel as far as it does. And I love it. I love going down there and watching looking at all the creativeness in the signs, the people that make these signs, or they go out and they dress up and they're like Chloe or Judge Bev, or I know Peter Murphy was down there one time and he had a whole fishing outfit that he had on, and he had sign and like fish attached to it. And it's the funniest thing. And it brings a little bit of humor to what we're doing. It brings that social spirit and it brings in a lot of people. So, listen, I'm not going to address the negativity because that's not a time to do this. It's all about unity and it's positivity, because it takes every single person that can just say free Karen Reed. That's all that you need to do. That's all you need to do in this. And I commend every single person that can say that and be proud to say that, because a lot of people are afraid to say it. Believe me, they are afraid to say it because of the negative backlash. But if you can come out and say, free Karen Reed, I'm here for Karen, I'm here for justice for John O'Keefe, awesome. Because now you're just spreading that message. And when you say Karen Reed and you get people interested in that and they Google it and it takes them to all this positive outlet of the stories and the research. And believe me, everybody's done their part in this. That just informs that person that Karen did not kill John. There's no way that could have happened. And then exposes the corruption that's going on in the state of Massachusetts, specifically in Canton, Massachusetts. So I just want to be clear, and I just want to make sure, that's my stand on this, is that I've always preached positivity. I've always preached unity, and you can believe me or not. I mean, I am who I am. This is it, and, I just want to make sure that people understand. And I'm going to play a little bit here, some clips here, so people understand where I'm coming from this perspective. I have the track record there. I have the videos that I've gone out and stood side by side, arm in arm, smiled with a lot of these people and been out there in the cold, in the rain, in the element. I know what it's like to be out there, and I'm proud to be out there. That's why I go and I'll set up live streams from there, because I want the world to know and I want the world to see what's going on around here in Massachusetts. It's important to document that. It's important for people to see the pride in what people do and how and what is in their hearts down there on the ground. It's very important for people to see that, because any positivity that we can bring to this is just going to bring in more positive people and let people to come in to understand what's going on. So let me just do this. I'm going to play kind of like a montage, and I just want to kind of, I guess, put this on the record if you want to say that. Okay. And I know other people that have been out there. I know a lot of people. I've met great people that come up, and I said this before. I've had people that come up to me and they said, I have had a really bad day today, but I got to watch like your live, and your inspiration uplifted me and it made me have a better day. I've had people that have been in my chats that literally said, I've been watching you for 3 months and I was struggling with drugs or alcohol, and today is my first day sober. And because of your positivity and your uplifting nature, it made me want to stop drinking, or it made me want to get into a rehab and get off drugs and clean my life up. Those are the stories that are like, you know, that hits. And if we can do that, and maybe someone is struggling and they're looking for a place to be, and they feel safe that they can come down because maybe, they've said free Karen Reed, and I've had friends turn on me too. And they're like, you know what? I can't be your friend anymore because I believe she's guilty. But maybe that gives them a space, here, especially in the state of Massachusetts or wherever it may be. And they say free Karen Reed, and the group around them or their friends around them are like, hey, I can't be with you because I think she's guilty. But it gives them a safe space to go and be out there with like-minded people. Okay. And that's really the biggest thing about this, because we're all in this for one thing: to free Karen Reed and get justice for John O'Keefe and the other cases that we cover here. So let me just play a little bit, some of these videos. I always smile when I see these because I go, oh, I remember that person, or I remember that particular situation, or I remember that conversation. And I'll play a little bit of the montaging here. So let's play this. Let's see. What do I got? The first one I play is that not the hearing. This was one of my first standouts that I ever went to, which was outside the court. And I remember it was January. It was freezing. So this is January 10th, 2024. I might have an earlier one for this, but this was at one of the hearings. It was freezing out there. But I was so happy to be able to be down there and capture all this and bring it back to the audience and show them. But it was freezing that day. But look at like the positivity here. And if this trial happens in January, this is what it's going to be like. So why are you here today? Let us know.
We're here for justice for John and free Karen. Free Karen. Justice for John. Yep. Born and raised. We want a place for John Boy too.
Absolutely, Aiden. We're with you.
We're with you, Aiden.
Oh yeah, I remember this, Jennifer McCabe. Yeah, I remember all this stuff. Yeah, but you know what? If she holds it in January, it's just going to be like this. It's going to be the same thing like this. So yeah, I think that was the first kind of like official standout I went to, was that January hearing. And that was back on the 10th. And then we move forward. Another really cold day. This is February 29th, 2024. I got to say, I think I was there at another hearing, but I remember doing this one and actually talking to Paul Cristoforo really for the first time. This is outside Morrissey's office. Spin the sucker around. All right, I'm going to spin the camera around, everybody, so everybody can see what's going on. Hang on. Freezing out here today, but we're out here in Sport Karen. It was really cold that day, Still too. Here, not going anywhere. It's Paul Cristoforo. Say hi, everybody. This is like the good stuff, man. I love all this stuff because it's just natural. It's Peter Murphy.
Happy to be here.
This is the raw, this is the raw. You can get down there. This is great.
I said to Paul, we couldn't pick a warmer day. Jeez. Today's cold. Yeah, we're tough.
But but everybody's laughing. They're having a good time. The spirits are high.
Yeah, and a lot of people are still showing up too. We got a few more people showing up. There's some other people down here on the other side. And I think that we're all going to walk over there after because that's where they pull out at the end of the day.
It's really when I first really got to know Paul Cristoforo. Jen
Bullhorn in the office. There we go.
Hi, Jen.
Yeah.
How are you?
So, Paul, let me ask you, how did you get involved with this movement? And what kind of drew you to this?
This is really the first time I got to know Paul Cristoforo. And this is the stuff that's good. This is the stuff that should be captured. These are the stories that we should be telling, you know? And I've been preaching this. Everybody needs to take their part and have unity in all of this. I mean, I don't have a bad thing to say anything about any of these people. I know what it's like. I've been down there and frozen my fucking balls off out in the cold and stood in the rain. And I'm going to play this interview with Paul here in a second. But this is the good stuff. This is the stuff that everybody needs to know about. All right, let's play this.
To everything that's going on, because you're one of the standout leaders here. So how did you get involved?
He's like, no.
Later, there were some people from Canton that started at first. It actually, the standout people sitting in front of that house.
Really?
And there's Paul right there giving credit. You know, it's the people of Canton.
And it's
Never lost sight of any of that.
But I saw Aiden's first live, and it intrigued me a little bit. It took me a little while to hop on.
Sorry, the wind. It was really cold that day.
This is way out of my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
And but then I started to record documents myself, getting a little educated. It just didn't seem right. And I showed up at the courthouse one day, and all of a sudden I'm like,
kind of got hooked in, yeah. Yeah. Could be anybody. This could be anybody.
I got 8 kids and 10 grandkids. And it could be any one of them. And that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
In my life before, it just, and I'm highly motivated to change things.
Linda B.
Aiden's thing. Aiden's came in after it, the First Amendment stuff and all this stuff. But, you know, we had 9 people sitting
I know it's hard to hear, but again, this was back. I streamed this on February 29, 2024. Freezing cold. All right, let's speed up. So August 18th, 2024. This was another one. It was raining that day. And I'll play a little bit of this. You know, this is the good stuff. This is Dedham Legacy Place. I love it down there.
Out in front of Legacy Place in Dedham, Massachusetts. Come out and join the Free Carrot Reed supporters out here. Rain or shine, we're going to be here. And the rain looks like it's going to peel off here in a couple of minutes anyway, so we should be good.
I was always excited to be like one of the first ones down there.
Nice to meet you. What's your name? Vinny? Do you want to say hi to everybody? We're live.
Oh,
over
little
here.
Vinny, yeah.
So
He's
this
a
is
sweetheart.
Vinny just came over and said he's a big fan of the channel, and his mom here, and we're gonna hang out for a little while today out in front of Legacy Place. Come down here and join us. We'll be out here, rain or shine, no matter what. And the rain's peeling off today anyway, so we're gonna be good here.
And there's Sean, always with his arms up.
Good morning. Welcome in, everybody.
Sean never takes his arms down. And I was always happy to be like one of the first people down there.
Yeah, we'll get it going today. We'll be out here for a while. Oh, yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I guess mom didn't trust me.
So we are out here standing for justice today for a factually innocent woman. And you can hear it. The people driving by, they are honking. They know what the truth is. And they know that
I never
Karen
watch
Reed
myself.
is factually innocent. Look at all these supporters driving by. Come out here, support us. Come hang out. The rain is gone. And, we're going to be out here for about 2 hours today, hanging out with everybody.
That's good stuff. So again, and then we got more people show up.
We got a here. If you can get out here today, go out in front of Legacy Place here in Dedham, Massachusetts. Everybody's beeping and supporting Karen Reed today. And we're out at the corner of Elm and Providence Highway. The CVS across the street. We're inside the Covidien Urgent Care. Legacy Place right across the street. Come by. If you come out and stand with us, we'll be here till noontime today. It's Peter Murphy. And
I love
we'll be
this
here till
stuff.
noontime today.
I love this stuff.
And
Look how
if you
excited
just
I
drive
am.
by and beat. You can't stand out with us. That just shows support. So thank you.
I love it. I just love being down there. I love all these people. And that's what it's all about. I mean, look at this. Rita.
No momos.
Oh, there's the costume with the fishing thing I was talking about. And Dennis Sweeney, they got the bones on. I love this shit.
There's a lot of people there.
What's the Sean never puts his arms down.
So today just depends on how my afternoon shapes up. We'll see where it goes from there. But thank you all for being here. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We really do appreciate it. We really do appreciate it. Thank you. Great job, Brian. Thank you. Good job. Yes, thank you. Thanks for you guys, listen, rain, snow, sleet, whatever it is, heat, you're always out here, and this is what matters. You guys bring the platform. That's important. Well, I appreciate it.
All right, let's it's another one here. This is the Legacy Day. This was the Labor Day. This is September 2nd, Labor Day.
All right. All right, everybody. All right. See you. I'm going to be checking out here. Dedham Legacy Place. I'm going to head to my next location. If you are watching, I will be in Plymouth today, Plymouth, Massachusetts at 2 p.m. Stand out with the Plymouth crew. I heard that is going to be off the wall down there. So I'm very excited to go to Plymouth and meet with all the Free Karen Reed supporters down there. So if you have time and you live in that area, that's going to be the next happening place. Get down to Plymouth, Mass. I believe it's down near the wharf. And you can just look on KarenReedStandouts.com. And I will be there, and you can get all the GPS location there as well, too. So great to see everybody here coming to the chat. Thank you for being here. All the Free Karen Reed supporters behind me. And we had an amazing day. This is going to go on for about another half an hour. But I'm going to set off and get ready and go down towards Plymouth. So thank you all for being here. You had a treat today. If you were here in the morning stream, and you
That was
haven't
when
seen
Karen
it,
came
go back
down.
and rewind the
Yeah.
stream. After I closed it out, Karen Reed and her dad and her family were down here today, so you'll be able to see that. And it was such a treat to see them. And before I end the stream, go up if you can. If you're on YouTube, click the link above. That's for Karen Reed's Defense Fund. If you can just even donate $1, $1 makes a
$1.
difference. We would appreciate it if you can donate to her defense fund today. So Labor Day standouts all across Massachusetts, all across the nation, all across the world. I think some people. Spain. We had Barcelona today.
I love
They're
this.
standing out for Free Karen Reed, and please continue doing this. It doesn't take one person. I understand I'm on YouTube, but these are really the people that make it happen.
Yep.
These people have sacrificed their Labor Day to stand out, and they could be on a beach today, but they decided to come out here and do this. It's pretty amazing that people would do that. So thank you all for being here, and we're going to keep it rolling. I'll see you at the next location, 2 p.m. down in Plymouth, Mass.
Yeah. I got one more here, and this was just recent. 6 days ago, calling for unity. Here we go.
You know, while we're watching everybody file out of the court, I just want to kind of make this public statement into the live that I had last night. I really hope that we can all move past the last couple of weeks and come together, because the bottom line is it's about this woman that's in front of us right now and finding justice for John O'Keefe. And we really need to stay together. This family needs us right now. And I'm glad to see some hugs and you know, some smiling faces, and hopefully this, you know, given the circumstances we're in, smiling faces. But I really want to keep us together. The boots on the ground, the creators, every contributor, the influencers, the people that are on Twitter, the people that are on Facebook that support this family in any way. You are doing your part. And I don't want to sit here and be divided anymore. It's not good. We have a hell of a fight ahead of us. And it has been emotional and it's been tough. And I get it. Emotions are high. And I've met so many amazing people down there in front of this courthouse. And I don't want to see people fight. And you know, I'm sorry, I got a little emotional. I don't want to lose the friends that I made down there in front of this courthouse, stood side by side, shoulder to shoulder in the heat, the rain, the snow, the cold. I've been there. Believe me, I feel it. But we all need to bring our level down. We all need to calm down. I know emotions are high. If you need to take a break, take a break. It's okay. And believe me, there will be the handful of shit stirrers that are going to keep stirring this back up. Let's try to do our best to ignore it. Let's approach this case in a positive way. Let's seek justice for John and free Karen Reed. That's what matters. And thank you for all the people that went into court today. I admire you, I love you, and I respect you.
So I just played almost a year track record of rallying for people down there that want to, you know, call themselves boots on the ground. So I just get hurt, not really offended, just hurt to say, I don't care. And that's bullshit. That is a bullshit statement. I don't care to feed into it. I'm not going to talk negatively about anybody down there because I've been there. And I know what it takes to go down there. And I know you've all put yourselves out there, just like myself. And I know a lot of you are watching tonight, but I want you to understand. I have nothing bad to say. You can throw all the shit you want at me. It's fine. I'm not going to disrespect you. I'm not going to go there because I understand it comes from an emotional space right now. And I hope that we all can move past this and we can continue the unity down there. I want to be able to go down to the courthouse. I want to be able to go to standouts. But for right now, I'm putting standouts on pause. I didn't go to the courthouse the other day because I didn't want people starting with me. I could have went. I stayed home and streamed it. It's not the same. It's not the same being there. And it hurts the fact that I'm 20 minutes from the courthouse and I don't want to go down there for people to start yelling at me and feel like I'm not wanted. I mean, I've been standing down there for over a year. And I want to be able to do that. I don't want to start fucking fights. I don't want people to motherfuck me. I haven't done that to you. That's not my style. And I respect every damn person that has stood down there because I've stood with you. So hopefully we can heal and we can move past this, because all it's going to do in the end is hurt the movement for Karen Read and justice for John O'Keefe. That's all it does, because we are the only positive elements in all of this right now. You know how the McAlberts handle this. You know all the trolls, the Plevins of the world, the Grant Smith Ellises, how they handle all this stuff, the shit that's going on with Matt Phelps right now. We are the positivity on this side. And those motherfuckers are loving this right now. They love this division. We can rise above that. We can be stronger together. We really can. And I think it's going to take some time to heal. And I hope that the relationships can remain the same and we can heal. And if you don't want to, then that's fine. You can go your way and I can go mine. But I'm not going to be stopped to go down there. I'm not going to yell at anybody. I don't want a negative attitude towards me. If you don't want to talk to me, then just don't talk to me. It's fine. We will move on. And then hopefully someday those relationships can mend. But I don't understand where all this vitriol is coming towards all of us right now. It's not good. It's really not good. And it's not healthy. It's been very mind-bending on me over the last 2 weeks. It's been very mind-bending. I'm like losing friends that I had relationships with and laughed and cried and done all those things with. Hosted in my studio and heard their stories and felt their emotions. And, listen, I'm a very emotional guy. I connect with people. I like to connect with people on that emotional level. I know some other people are very dry in their response to people, and that's just their style. But I truly want to get to know the human element of all of this and what makes people tick and what makes them gravitate towards something like this. That's who I am as a person. So I hope that we can get better, and I hope this all eventually will work itself out. But for the time being right now, we'll pause all my ground activity. Maybe I go out to the hearings. If I have the days off to do that, I will hopefully get out there to continue to support. I support everybody out there on the ground. I don't have a bad thing to say about anybody. I'm not going to get in chat rooms and slander anybody. It's not my style. Sean on the Gulf is another thing. But, look, we'll all eventually move on. And continue to do what we need to do here. So I know I haven't watched a lot of the comments tonight. I just wanted to kind of get a point out. I hope you found value in this members only. I kind of wanted to clear the air a little bit. And I'd really like to just kind of move on from all of this stuff. And hopefully we can all continue to do our parts. And if you don't want to, that's fine. That's fine. And that's kind of my stance on everything. So let me see. Let's go up in the chat here. Maybe we'll pull some of this up. Let's see. Donnie says it's very unhealthy. Keep moving on. I hope we can. We are unified, so none of us become Karen. I love that. Jen says, not everyone's to love everyone doesn't change the goal. I think that's a perfect statement, Jen. You should go. You are wanted. I hope I am. OG says, I appreciate you big time. The only thing that bothered me was the whole Sean on the Gulf. There is no need for us to insult him. That I do not agree with. I want to make a very, very, very clear point about this, okay? Because I think a lot of people are getting the wrong impression about that, okay? So let's set the record straight. All right, I want to set the record straight on this so you all can understand. Okay? Sean in the Gulf made a statement about Trooper Proctor being fired. Okay? And then we sat on it. Aiden and I sat on it. And then I started to reach out to my contacts. And I started getting on all the social media networks because this should be the biggest breaking story in Massachusetts. You don't understand how, if you're not from this area, how people hang on every little bit of piece of new information. And that is not a little piece of information. To make a statement like that, you should have seen the groundswell around here. What I mean by that is my friends, my family, people, that I've connected with are all over social media saying, Trooper Proctor's been fired. Trooper Proctor's been fired. And then we wait. And a couple of hours go by and nothing has happened. There's not a report. There's not a statement. There's nothing by the Nass State Police. Turtle Boy has not gone live and screaming on the top of his chair and cheering and saying he's been fired. Not one mainstream media around here outlet has said that Trooper Proctor's been fired. And all I did was clear the air with my friends, people that I consider friends, and my followers and supporters, and said one simple tweet: Trooper Proctor has not been fired. And all of a sudden, that was cannon fodder for Sean in the Gulf to start personally attacking me. So I want to make sure that people really understand where that all came from. There's a track record of it. So I want people to understand that. That's how all of that started. And Sean has continued on and continued on and continued on. Classic example. The other day on his little actually, I think he stopped doing members only. He's doing public lives again. He started calling out my friends and people like me, saying that we haven't brought anything to the table. We haven't done anything. I have. And I've done a lot. And so have all of you. And so have my friends. And when I mean friends, my fellow creators and my fellow people that I love and respect, are the people that are down on the ground. We've done a lot. So I want to make sure that people understand that. That's where all this came from. And I kept my mouth shut. And it was days and days after Sean taking shots at me, Sean taking shots at the Glare, Sean taking shots at Aiden, going back and forth. And then after a couple days, I had every single right to defend myself. I think you all have to understand a lot of the stuff that comes out of Sean's mouth is bullshit. Think about it. How much stuff has really come true that he has said? I got this intel. Someone told me this source. And he's putting all this stuff out there. The tail light. He's putting all this stuff. But really think about it. I'm serious. How much of the stuff that he's put out there has come true? And I'll leave you with that on that subject. And Sean put my personal information out there. He doxed me. No one has ever done that. I've never even done that to my worst enemy on YouTube. I would never do that. And there's just certain things that you don't do, and there's a line that you don't cross. But Sean talked about where I worked. Sean talked about my career. And you know what? I've carried myself pretty well. I think I've done pretty well in my life. Uncollege educated, barely passed high school. But you know what? One thing that I can do with people is I can connect with them and I can make them feel real. And I can have them and get into the emotional elements of what make people tick, of what makes people tick, and what makes them human and their emotions and how they feel. Those are the stories that I want to tell on here. So I just want to make sure that is very clear, because I think there's a false consensus about that whole situation that spins in these Facebook chat rooms and on Twitter. That's why I got attacked, because I said Trooper Proctor was never fired. And if you're attacking someone in a personal way, Well, that probably kind of tells you that it's probably a bullshit statement that you've put out there and you're angry that you've been called out. And then Christina Rex put in a report out, a mainstream media source here in Massachusetts that would probably have their thumb a little bit more connected than some of us, because their news flows pretty damn quick. And he went after her and called her the B word. So I want to clear the air about that. But going back to my original point, I hope that this all heals itself with everybody down there. You know, the boots on the ground crew. I respect and love all of you. I've stood down there in the rain and the cold and all the elements. I've been there. You heard the appreciative things. I've always given respect to everybody down there. And I said, this does not happen. What we're doing does not happen without these people here that sacrifice their time to go down there, make a sign, stand out for justice, stand out for the right thing. And I hope that they continue to do it because it's a beautiful thing and it needs to continue to get it bigger. We're gearing up to go into Karen Reed 2.0, and she's going to really need us. She's going to really need us. Keep in mind, she's like $5 million in debt right now. $5 million in debt. And every bit of money that comes in through that donation portal gets turned over right away to either her attorneys or experts or, you know, just trying to live right now and get through this nightmare. Karen Reed's life of what it was will never, ever be that ever again. Keep that in mind. Even if she wins and walks away, it's never going to be the same for her. So she needs us more than anything right now. Anything.